Hi, in previous lecture I started LL1 parser. For LL1 parsing table we need two functions, one is first, another is follow. Let's discuss first. What is first of x? The terminal that can be derived first from a variable is called first of x. Just for example, there is a grammar from S you can derive A as B. In the derivation process, from S you can derive A as B. So A is the terminal that can be derived from S variable first. This A is called first of S. In the derivation process, which terminal we can derive first is called first of that variable. You can say first of x is set of all terminal that may begin any sentential form or production. Or you can say the first terminal which can be derived from a variable in process of derivation is called as first of x. Let's discuss rules for finding first. First rule, if x is a terminal, then first of x will be x. If x is in a terminal, then first of x will be x. For example, first of A will be A, as A is a terminal. Any terminal, first of that terminal will be same. Second rule, if x derive epsilon is a production, then first of x contain epsilon. Next, third rule, if x is a non-terminal and x derive a alpha, alpha can be any variable or terminal combination, then this a will be in first of x. Like suppose from s you are deriving a s, then this a will be first of s. Next, fourth rule, if x is a terminal and x derive y1, y2 up to yk is a production, then A is in first of x for some I, A is in first of yi. Means, suppose from x you are deriving y1, y2 and y1 is deriving epsilon, then first of x will be first of y2. Here it is saying, suppose from x you are deriving y1, y2, y3 up to yn and there is some yi, then first of x will be first of yi if all these are epsilon. And another statement is also there, if epsilon is in first of yj for all j, then epsilon will be first of x. Means suppose y1 to yn is given and all are generating epsilon, then first of x will generate epsilon. This rule you can better understand in example. Next, rule 5, if x deriving y and both are non-terminal, then first of x will be first of y. These are the 5 rules, just remember this. We will use this rule during finding first. Let's discuss some example. First example, from A you can derive A or B or epsilon. Then what will be first? A is deriving 2 terminal and epsilon. Here first of A will be A or B or epsilon. We used rule 3 and rule 2. According to rule 3, if x is deriving A alpha, then this A will be first of x. Here x is deriving A, x is deriving B. According to this rule, first of A will be A and B. And if x is deriving epsilon, then first of x will be epsilon. Here A is deriving epsilon, so first of A will be epsilon. So first of A will be A, B, epsilon. Let's see another example. Here grammar is from S you can derive A as B, B as A or epsilon. When you will expand S, from S you can derive A as B. So the terminal that can be derived first from S is A. From S you can derive B as A. So the terminal that can be expanded first is B. So first of S will be A, B, epsilon. We used rule 2 and rule 3 here. Next example, from S you can derive AA or BB. Then from A you can derive AA or B. From B you can derive B or epsilon. Now what will be first of S? First of S will be A and B according to rule 3. In the derivation process, A and B will come first from S variable. Next, what will be first of A? First of A will be A and B according to rule 3. Then first of B will be B and epsilon according to rule 3 and rule 2. Next example 4. From S you can derive A or from A you can derive B or epsilon. So here there is no terminal. From S you can derive the variable A. So first of A will be first of S. What is first of A? First of A will be B and epsilon. From S you can derive A and from A you can derive B and epsilon. So in place of this A, when you substitute B, from S you can derive B A. Then in place of this A, when you substitute epsilon, from S you can derive A. In place of A, we just substitute epsilon, so just A. Now first of S will be B and A. So here from S you are deriving a variable. So first of S will be first of A. And when from A you are generating epsilon, then you just got this. So first of S will be this A. This is according to rule 4 that I discussed. From X, if you are deriving Y1 then Y2. If this Y1 is generating epsilon, then first of X will be first of Y2. So what will be first of S here? First of S will be AB, and what will be first of A? First of A will be B and epsilon. Let's see another example. From S you can derive AB, from A you can derive A or epsilon, then from B you can derive B or C. Now what will be first of S? First of S will be first of A. What is first of A? First of A will be A and epsilon. When there is epsilon, then first of S will be first of B. Suppose in place of A, you will substitute A and epsilon. So from S we will derive AB. Then from S you can derive just B. If in place of this A you are substituting epsilon. So according to this case, first of S will be A. Then according to this case, first of S will be first of B. What is first of B? First of B is BC. So first of S will be A, B, C. A due to this and BC due to epsilon transition. So when from A you will derive epsilon, first of S will be first of B. First of B is BC, so first of S will be A, B, C. Now what will be first of A? First of A will be A and epsilon. First of B will be B and C. This is according to rule 4. This is according to rule 2 and 3. This is according to rule 3. Let's see next example. From S you can derive AB, from A you can derive AA or epsilon, from B you can derive BB or epsilon. Now here first of S will be first of A. So what is first of A? First of A is AA or epsilon. In place of A just substitute AA or epsilon. So from S you can derive A, B, or from S you can derive just B. So when A is deriving epsilon, so first of S will be first of B. What is first of B? First of B is B or epsilon. So from B also you can derive epsilon. So what will be first of S? First of S will be A, B and epsilon. A due to first of A, B due to first of B, and epsilon, as A, B both can derive epsilon. So S derive A, B, and from both A and B you can generate epsilon. So S can derive epsilon. So first of S will be epsilon, and A and B due to first of A and first of B. Then what will be first of A? First of A will be A epsilon, first of B will be B epsilon. Let's see next example. From S you can derive A, B, C, D, E. From A you can derive A or epsilon. From B you can derive B or epsilon. From C you can derive C or epsilon. From D you can derive D. From E you can derive E or epsilon. First of S will be first of A. What is first of A? A and epsilon. So first of S will be A. Then in place of A, when we substitute epsilon, first of S will be first of B. What is first of B? B and epsilon. So just write down B And when in place of B you will substitute epsilon, first of S will be first of C. Now what is first of C? First of C is C and epsilon. Just write down C, and in place of C when you write epsilon, first of S will be first of D. What is first of D? D. So first of S will be first of A minus epsilon plus first of B minus epsilon plus first of C minus epsilon plus first of D. So first of S will be A, B, C, D. Got the point? From A you are deriving epsilon, that's why first of S will be first of B. From B also you are deriving epsilon, that's why first of S will be first of C. From C also you are deriving epsilon, so first of S will be first of D. First of S will be first of A, union first of B, union first of C, union first of D minus epsilon. Then what will be first of A? First of A will be A and epsilon. First of B will be B and epsilon. First of C will be C and epsilon. First of D will be just D. First of E will be E and epsilon. So for finding first of S, we used rule 4. Next example 8. From E we derive T E dash. Then from E dash we derive plus T E dash or epsilon. Then from T we derive F T dash. Then from T dash we derive multiplication F T dash or epsilon. Then from F we derive bracket E or ID. Now what will be first of E? First of E will be first of T. Now what is first of T? First of T will be first of F. So what is first of F? First of F will be bracket, start bracket and ID. So first of E will be start bracket and ID. Next first of E dash, from E dash you can derive plus and epsilon. So first of E dash will be plus and epsilon. Then first of T, from T you can derive variable F. First of T will be first of F. What is first of F? First of F will be start bracket and ID. So first of T will be start bracket and ID. Next first of T dash, from T dash you can derive multiplication and epsilon. So first of T dash will be multiplication and epsilon. Next first of F will be start bracket and ID. Now you can see first of E, first of T and first of F are same. It is start bracket and ID. As from E you can derive T, from T you can derive F, from F you can derive start bracket and ID. Just remember the terminal which can be derived first in the derivation process is called first of that variable. If this lecture is helpful for you, please like and subscribe. Thank you.